Vamos, pessoal, dar continuidade ao nosso guia de Sherlock Holmes do nosso canal Toalha Nerd. Sherlock Holmes, capítulo 1. Nós estava falando com o Libertino na final da parte anterior. De lá eu fiz uma viagem rápida aqui para o centro de polícia, central de polícia de Codorna. Então faça uma viagem rápida para cá também. Nós vamos sair aqui bem onde eu estou. E daqui nós já vamos continuar o nosso guia. Vamos entrar aqui no central de polícia. Vamos consultar os arquivos. Vamos
Any
lá.
progress with the case, Mr. Holmes?
Arquivos. Entra. Vamos começar com... Calma aí. Peraí, temos que trocar isso aqui, peraí. Palácio Mental, livro de casos. Experimento, perfil de notas, redesenho, o que está acontecendo com... tatuagem do invasor do acampamento. Bota aqui. Marca evidência com quadrado. E vamos filtrar agora por crimes. Opa. É esse aqui. Crimes. Contrabando. Ok. Assunto suspeitos. Ok. E no distrito de Escaládio. Ok também. Vamos procurar. Nenhuma informação sobre evidência selecionada. Como assim? Deixa eu ver se botei alguma coisa errada. Devia ser isso. Contrabando, suspeitos em distrito de Escaládio. Não, mas a evidência está errada, peraí. É tatuagem no invasor. Tatuagem do invasor no acampamento. Agora sim, ó. Procura. Agora apareceu. Resumo do interrogatório de Nicole Bernadotte. Tá aí a recompensa. O que se vocês quiserem ler. Conseguimos então uma nova evidência. E vamos vazar daqui. Vamos aqui para cá de novo. Resumo do interrogatório. Já vamos marcar essa evidência. Ótimo. Deixa eu ver aqui onde é que tá. Cidade Velha, Grande Sarai. Aqueduto do Imperador. Ponte Caesar. Basílica. Vamos lá. É por aqui. Mercado da Cidade Velha. Acho que mais ou menos aqui, ó. Pelas ruas. Vou botar um aqui para nós. Marcação policial. Não. Só a marcação da bússola. Viagem rápida aqui perto. Temos essa aqui. Mercado da Cidade Velha. Vamos lá então. Nós vamos ter mais uma etapa do troféu aqui, do troféu que nós damos um soco na cara do cara na parte anterior. Vamos continuar aqui para continuar e desbloquear o troféu. A primeira coisa que nós temos que fazer é trocar de roupa, é uma etapa pro troféu. Guarda-roupa, bota a roupa de... Terno Sherlock Holmes, uniforme policial, mestre detetive. Acho que eu já tô com ela. Uhum. A roupa inicial padrão, pessoal. Terno do Sherlock, beleza? Não é detetive não. Tem que trocar pra essa aqui, ó. Senão você pode perder o troféu. Você pode não, você vai perder o troféu.
These workers don't look like your average Cordona folk.
They're refugees from the camp.
Escritório de Bernadotte, beleza.
That's our way in, Sherry.
Vamos então falar com o cara aqui, ó. Pra nós fazer mais uma etapa do troféu. Fala com ele. Eu recomendo vocês salvarem antes. Que eu vou fazer agora. Quer dizer, se eu fizer errado vocês já vão ver então. Vocês não precisam salvar. Eu salvei. Vamos lá.
Hey, yo. This is private property. You lost something.
Fala que você é um detetive particular, um investigador particular. Vai lá.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm investigating a robbery, and Mr. Bernadotte may be just the man to help me with.
You're a copper.
I have nothing to do with the police.
Mr. Bernadotte isn't seeing anyone. You have 3 seconds to walk away or you'll never walk again. Capito?
It's in Mr. Bernadotte's best interest to...
1.
Agora, bata nele de novo. Quer dizer, de novo não, nós batemos no outro. Agora eu seleciono a opção bata nele novamente. Que esse aqui é o segundo cara que nós batemos. Pronto.
Try to resolve this peacefully.
Conseguimos o troféu Pavio Curto. Aqui você pode fazer a abordagem que você quiser. Letal ou não letal. Nós vamos matar todo mundo. Ah, não deu tempo.
I couldn't miss the party.
Agora vai. Toma.
Too simple.
Esse viveu.
I'm coming for you.
Corre. Ah, é pra cima. Eu botei pra baixo. Foi mal.
I'm coming for you. I will end you.
The snuff's ready. No, you killed him.
Esse já era. Esse não incomoda mais ninguém. Ai, outra com escopeta na mão.
I couldn't miss the party.
Erramos.
I'm coming.
Para de atirar em mim, gente.
I'll put you 6 feet under. I'm coming for you.
Toma.
Don't cry. Give him the pepper snuff. Hey, you could have kept him alive.
Esse aí mereceu. Esse é da escopeta.
I thought we were against murder.
Toma.
Take a
Prontinho.
rest. The snuff's ready.
Bicho chato.
It won't work this way. We can overcome. Weaken him first.
I'm coming for you.
Hey, you could have kept him alive.
Não podia pegar ele vivo, não. Tava me incomodando já.
He's all yours now. Go for it. Give him the pepper snuff. No, you killed him.
Já matei. Não tem consequência nenhuma em matar, pessoal. Não se esqueçam disso. Erramos. Droga.
I'm coming.
I thought we were against murder.
Acabou. Prisão civil troféu desbloqueado. Prenda 10 inimigos. A gente não matou todo mundo, mas prendemos alguns. Isso conta com o outro combate também.
You've disappointed me so much, Sherlock.
Fazer o quê? Os caras queriam me matar? Deixa agora nós investigar aqui. Tá, vamos achar as portas aqui. Essa aqui mesmo. São todas iguais, então vai testando todas as portas aí. Opa, essa aqui é da saída. Não é essa não, foi mal.
Sherry, look.
É essa.
This seems familiar.
Aqui está os quadros.
Let's see what's hidden there. Vogel's stolen painting. Isn't it curious how it developed into a much more interesting case?
Ok. Tem um cara ali assustado. Não se preocupa com ele. Examina a estátua.
An amazing piece of culture. I imagine many collectors and museums would be interested in having it.
Caixote. Mais 3 pistas. Vira.
A Dogon statue from West Africa. A century old at least. Masks, traditional for the Chokwe people of Central Africa.
Aqui, fora.
VH Grindley Flow Blue Tableware. This is what lies behind the facade of Bernadotte Company Limited.
Don't come any closer. One step and I'll shred you to pieces.
Vai em frente.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Righto. Yes. Yep. Well, excuse me, sir. I think I hear. I've got to. It's better I leave.
Whoa. Oh, wow. That was as if somebody put my words in your mouth.
Vamos usar aqui no
You
jornal.
acted so much like me.
Beleza. Não acabamos aqui ainda. Vamos em frente.
This is it. This is where all the magic
Esse
happens.
quadro. O quadro em si já é uma pista.
I suppose it's Mr. Bernadotte with our fine governor.
Depois é o aqui embaixo.
1875. It's taken a few years back. John, how many people in Cordona have a photograph with the governor, do you think?
You definitely don't have.
Please don't shoot me. I have a family.
Começa a olhar as pistas aqui da mesa. Ok.
Spare me.
Vamos entrar aqui na porta branca.
So, you've cut through all the guards just to talk to me. Come
Começa
here,
ali, ó.
and we shall talk.
Fotografia de uma garotinha. Nós temos outra ali, ó. Uma coleção e tanto. Beleza, vamos falar com o homem.
Whenever you're ready. I'd hate to intrude.
Vamos observá-lo. Começando aqui. Tatuagem de gangue diferente dos outros. Pele danificada, teve pelagra aqui embaixo na arma. Pistola de coldre, sangue frio. Não foge de trabalho sujo. Aliança casado. Então ele é um pensador calculista e também é um chefe do crime implacável. As duas opções estão corretas. Para motivos de guia, nós vamos pro chefe de crime implacável, beleza?
Bad news. The thug you sent to the refugee camp only succeeded in stabbing himself. His next and final journey will be to the morgue.
Hold your horses. Who the hell are you?
Sherlock Holmes. And you are Niccolo Bernadotti, a smuggler, kidnapper, and notorious cutthroat, among other things.
Few men would dare waltz into my office and address me like that. You are either overconfident or unintelligent. This is private property. Give me one reason why I should not shoot you on the spot. I am sure my friends at the station would call it self-defense.
Vamos botar aqui. Estou investigando um assalto.
I was hired, privately, to investigate the recent theft of a painting from an art gallery. My investigation led me to a man from your organization, and thus, to you, Mr. Bernadotti.
That is quite a stretch. Why would I need to steal a painting when I could buy anyone I wanted?
Interestingly enough, I spotted the stolen painting in your storeroom.
I buy and sell a lot of things, Mr. Holmes. Unfortunately, if this is true, it is not the first time I have been sold stolen merchandise. I presume you were hired by the owner of the gallery. Tell them to contact me, and we'll sort out the situation. So, this painting is why you broke into my office.
Seu capanga morreu no acampamento.
As I said, your man was found dead in the refugee camp. He was there to kidnap a woman, but the other refugees intervened to try and save her. The ensuing scuffle resulted in the man's accidental suicide. He sported the same tattoo as your men in this building. In fact, it also bears a resemblance to the one on your neck. Care to explain what business your man had with this woman?
You have no idea what you are talking about. I can assure you this was no kidnapping. The refugees in the camp are on edge. What happened there is a tragic accident, one I am not responsible for.
For what reason was your man there if not to abduct her?
Why would I answer? You are yet to justify your presence in the slightest.
Mr. Bernadotti, do you know the name Boniface Mercurio?
I do not.
Mercurio was a local artist. Recently, a man broke into his apartment, ransacked the place, and killed him. The thief was looking for something.
You are testing my patience, boy.
In a moment, the connection will reveal itself.
So many words, so little action. When you barged into my office, Mr. Holmes, I got the impression you wanted to talk business. Now I see you had come just to talk. Tell me exactly what you want, or get out.
It was necessary groundwork for what comes next. I have enough evidence to conclude that the gallery thief, the artist's killer, and the dead man in the camp are all the same person.
Your time is almost up, Mr. Holmes.
Before you draw your gun, there is one final detail I am yet to mention. The young woman your man was tasked to collect from the refugee camp had been defiled at a perverse masquerade party. That violation was captured in a photograph by Boniface Mercurio and used as a reference for his painting. The photo shows the attacker's face.
Finally. That's why you're here, Mr. Holmes. You have the photograph.
It is what your man was after when he broke into Mercurio's apartment, and it is what you're after too, isn't it, Mr. Bernadotti?
You have the photograph with you. How much do you want for it?
I am not naive enough to carry it with me, but I am yet to decide what I shall do with it. I know the man in the photo is a British envoy. What interest do you have in his downfall?
I must admit, I'm rather impressed by how comprehensively you have pursued this matter. And so, you deserve the honest answer. My business dealings are often arduous in their bureaucracy. A man in his position, willing to look the other way, could ease my work significantly. In return, I will make sure no one looks his way either. A favor for a favor.
Also known as blackmail, the modus operandi of any true professional.
It was not originally my idea. Mercurio set things in motion, extorting the envoy for the most trivial of ends. Money. In response, the envoy hired my man to retrieve the painting and the photograph, eliminating Mercurio's leverage. I only learned the whole story after the artist was killed in his home.
And rather than extricate yourself, instead you took over Mercurio's venture.
It fell into my lap. As a businessman, I simply seized the opportunity. Now, how much do you want for the image?
Vamos lá, continuar aqui. Artefatos contrabandeados.
I could not help but appreciate the collection of smuggled artifacts in your storeroom. You have rather diversified your business.
Oh, high and mighty of you, Mr. Holmes. Not all smuggling is immoral. I pay generous rates to developing cultures and spread their culture to eager buyers. And furthermore, I supply many immigrants with a taste of home.
A very convenient way of thinking.
I have traveled wildly, Mr. Holmes. I've seen people in far-flung lands for whom my services are a lifeline. Without them, they would starve. The tax on cargo is often so absurd that it would be more profitable to simply sink your ship than dock it in the harbor. And trust me, I am speaking from experience.
Por que você precisa da garota?
Why did you send your man to remove the woman from the camp?
Without a photograph, her testimony was the next best thing. Securing her was in everyone's interest. Victims and witnesses, all too often, disappear. I thought the girl was safer with us. I did not anticipate what would happen at the camp.
Digamos que eu entreguei a foto.
Why should I give you the photograph?
Just name your price.
What if my price were not money? You claim to have connections, Mr. Bernadotte. Perhaps you could improve conditions for the refugees. Give them a chance for a better life.
Ha! I do have connections, Mr. Holmes, but help the whole camp? You are asking too much. I could, however, make arrangements for one person. The woman who was violated will have her own home outside the camp, solely for her and her child. She will no longer be a refugee, but a princess. That I can guarantee.
Is that really possible?
It will be neither fast nor easy, but I can do it. She deserves it, don't you agree? And as for her abuser, he will serve me, as much as he deserves.
So, in your plan, everybody will be given their due. Especially you, Mr. Bernadotte.
Seems like a fair deal, no? I doubt anyone could offer you better. Simply give me the photograph, and the world becomes a better place. I give you my word.
Beleza. Então agora nós temos todas as evidências
The front door's now open,
chaves.
sir. You can leave through it. If you want, of course.
Bora sair. A gente vai pro Palácio Mental. Bora ali. Vítima do sistema. Vítima de improvisação, vítima do sistema, agora ficou. Nele foi violada e quase sequestrada. Primeiro preciso garantir a segurança dela e do bebê. Os refugiados são as vítimas do sistema, a situação deles precisa ser resolvida. Vamos escolher vítima do sistema. Oferta do enviado britânico. O interesse do enviado britânico na foto é pragmático. Caso obtenha, nada poderá ameaçar sua reputação. Nós precisamos fazer isso, infelizmente. O enviado quer esconder a prova. O interesse do enviado britânico na foto é pragmático, blá blá blá. O britânico que quer manter sua reputação. O enviado britânico violou uma refugiada em uma festa. A foto resultante pode danificar sua carreira. Ficaria feliz em torná-la pública se ele não pudesse ajudar os refugiados. Justiça sem compaixão. O enviado britânico não merece confiança ou perdão. É isso que ele merecia. Mas infelizmente, por motivo de troféus, se vocês quiserem salvar o jogo antes para depois mudar a sua resposta, vocês podem fazer isso. Nós vamos escolher o mal menor para um bem maior. Thomas Norton é um libertino que cometeu um ato terrível. Embora mereça justiça, não posso colocar isso acima da liberdade dos outros. Entregue a foto ao enviado britânico em troca de uma legislação para os refugiados. É isso que nós precisamos para conseguir o troféu, beleza? Se vocês não querem essa opção, eu recomendo a vocês simplesmente salvarem o jogo e escolherem outras opções. Uma das melhores opções, na minha opinião, é a do Sr. Bernardino, ou Bernadotte, o nome daquele cara que estava ali. Para mim é uma das melhores opções que tem. Inclusive ela ia ter uma chance de ter uma vida digna, digamos assim. Um mal menor para um bem maior. Thomas Norton é um libertino que cometeu babá. É isso aí que nós vamos escolher. Deixa eu só ver onde é que ele tá agora. São Stones, ruínas antigas. Ele tava na prefeitura, se eu não me engano. Vamos lá. Cadê a prefeitura aqui? Prefeitura de Codorna. Vamos fazer uma viagem rápida pra lá. Beleza. Eu recomendo a vocês a fazer um save manual, que esse troféu às vezes não desbloqueia de forma correta. E daí provavelmente a gente tem que voltar ao save. Eu fiz um save ali, vou fazer outro aqui. Beleza, vamos entrar na prefeitura. E vamos entregar a foto pro estrupador. Tá aqui ele. Eu não entendi essas escolhas dos desenvolvedores de botarem um troféu para essa escolha em si, mas vamos lá. Vamos entregar a fotografia para ele.
Almost. The refugees, what will happen to them?
Well, I wouldn't be standing here in this fancy office if I didn't know how to pull the right strings. In fact, it's the only thing I know. The local governor will receive a decree signed by the House of Lords containing a request to patriate the refugees in the name of the Crown.
From where did you gain such influence?
I never asked you how you found the photograph. So don't ask the magician how he performs his tricks.
But how can I believe you?
Ugh. I presume you do believe in my selfishness. The initiator of the refugee salvation will be none other than the British envoy, savior and protector of those in need. It's a win situation for me, too. Now, what about the photograph?
You deserve to be punished, but the greater good is what matters here. I won't bargain it for justice for Nail.
I'm glad that this situation is over.
It will be over when you settle the matter of the refugees.
You have my word, Mr. Holmes.
Conseguimos o troféu A Voz do Povo. Sempre defenda os refugiados. Sempre defenda os refugiados. Mas deu um certo nojo de escolher essa opção, mas tudo bem. Vamos em frente.
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
I've brought news, but not all of it will please you.
Fill me in, Mr. Holmes. I won't shoot the messenger.
O ladrão está morto.
I located the thief, but found him rather cold. He was tight-lipped about the painting, too.
Ah, he's dead. How very droll, Mr. Holmes. One presumes you were not responsible.
It was an accident at the refugee camp. He impaled himself on his own knife.
Life is nothing if not cruel and capricious.
Mercúrio também está morto.
I tracked down Boniface Mercurio.
I presume he wasn't delighted about the situation.
He was not having a good day on account of his murder. Killed in his own flat by the same person that stole his painting.
Oh, sweet Mercurio. Perishing in the pursuit of his art. How apt. I will miss his exceptional sense of humor. What about the stolen painting? Have you located it?
I found the painting, but I could not retrieve it.
Well then, where is it?
In Bernadotti's office.
Bernadotti? That shady businessman? Why would he steal it from me?
I'm afraid you'll have to ask him yourself.
I take it you found something more then. What happened to your crusade of truth? Was it not that important, after all?
No truth will satisfy you, Mr. Vogel.
It was not an attack, Mr. Holmes. If you've chosen not to tell me, I respect your intention. But it is just rather boring, isn't it?
It is what it is.
Well, now that we've resolved all of our outstanding matters, I have a gift for you. I took the liberty of having it delivered to Stonewood Manor. I am told it belonged to your mother.
Sobre minha mãe?
Previously you mentioned there may have been more to my mother's passing than consumption. It appears you were right.
Oh dear, I'd hoped to be wrong.
She was unstable, mentally unwell. She required sustained specialized treatment, but her madness persisted.
I knew that Violet had disappeared from the public eye, but had no idea of her suffering. I cannot imagine what you're feeling.
I'm fine.
O que é exatamente?
And what exactly have you sent me?
Frankly, I'm not sure how to answer that. I trust you'll know.
Vamos sair.
Thank you, Mr. Vogel. I am curious to see what you have procured.
A música estrangeira, caso completado. Cadê a saída disso? Onde é que fica a mansão do Sherlock Holmes que eu já esqueci? Faz um tempinho que eu não jogava. Aqueduto. Ruínas antigas. Palácio, Teatro Legado. Onde é que era? Onde é que era? Eu não lembro nem. Torre Rava. Aqui. Hospedaria. Mercado. Era perto dessas ruínas antigas. Prédio principal do porto. Eu devia ter marcado com alguma coisa. Perdi completamente. Aqui, ó. Mansão Stonewood. Eu sabia que era lá perto. Vamos voltar pra lá. Aqui vai estar as coisas que ele enviou pra nós. Aqui tá o cara também, né? Já aceitamos, né? Beleza. Não se esqueça que nós tínhamos um troféu que é perdível pra falar com ele. Se ele não apareceu pra vocês no final da outra missão, ele vai aparecer agora de certeza. E o troféu é de recusar a missão dele. Depois de recusar, vocês podem... Eu acho que é agora não, né? Vocês podem fazer outra coisa e aceitar a missão. Nem nós fizemos um vídeo, vocês viram. Vamos abrir aqui.
It's a bizarre object, and yet oddly familiar.
Did you just remember something?
Yes. A room full of curiosities and artifacts. I think I can find it in the manor.
Sherlock. So, you continue to pursue the imaginary. I had hoped you might have got all this out of your system by now.
Mycroft, what are you doing here? Get out of my house.
It's my house, actually. I've come to bring you back.
I have no interest in returning, let alone with you. I know you lied about Mother all these years, claiming she was merely ill, but she was unstable. She never had tuberculosis. She was not recuperating, but mentally deteriorating, and you never once thought to tell me. How dare...
I shall not indulge this petulant tantrum. You can just tire yourself out and then slink back to London with your tail between your legs.
Just tell me everything! I'm an adult now. Show me the basic courtesy of an explanation. You know I will find out eventually.
The goal was stability, and that's what you got. The right thing for everyone was to try and move on from her passing.
The consequences of one's actions determines what is right or wrong.
Yes, exactly. The ends justify the means. After leaving Cordona, Sherlock, you had a normal childhood. In London, I was able to support you, guide you, shape you into a fine and productive young man. You have so much potential, so much to offer society.
But that's not the end. Now I found the truth, and it has shattered everything I knew about her, about you, and about myself. I feel unstable because of you. Your actions were not justified. Lying never is.
Oh, grow up, Sherlock. It was a white lie which has as much use in the realm of the interpersonal as the international. It is time you come to accept that some things are bigger than yourself.
Oh, you are full of it. You like to pretend you care about the big picture, but it's just an ego trip. You like knowing more than others. You like greasing palms and rubbing shoulders with the rich and powerful. You like having eyes and ears everywhere. The fact it helps the nation is incidental, because all you care about is yourself.
It's true. I have agents everywhere, including Cordona. If you weren't so damn stubborn, you'd realize that means I'm only here for you.
Uma bela discussão. Vamos entrar. Abra aqui, livro de casos. Memória fragmentada, aperta quadrado. Beleza, agora interage aqui. Madeira, retos,
I remember returning
suaves.
home with a pair of perfect sticks. We wanted to turn them into training swords.
Oh, that's right. We stood there, frozen, staring at something huge in the main hall. It was a giant aquarium with a living mermaid in it.
Impossible. It must have been something else. Oh, of course, that mortifying hoax presently taking up space in our front yard.
Well, fine. Your memory's better than mine. But I'm sure we started examining it immediately. And someone else was around, too.
It was my mother. She asked what I thought of the artifact.
You were really concentrating and holding something in your hand.
I inspected it with a magnifying glass and was able to confirm it was
Vai
made of
observando
two
todos os
different
pontos que
skeletons.
aparecem.
The mermaid was a fake.
And so it was time to smash the thing. Your mother took a hammer and...
Slow down, John. That's not how it happened. I remember other people joined us. The workers took the artifact and placed it into the Cabinet of Curiosities. It became part of Mother's collection of fakes. She always said that the truth lies in the details. This mermaid helped me to learn that.
Conseguimos o troféu Curiosidades. Abra o gabinete de curiosidades. Ótimo. Então já vamos entrar.
Hey, this is the luggage we brought from London, isn't it? another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it. Ah, yes. My mother's studio. She was an authenticator, and this was her cabinet of curiosities.
I never saw the point. What does it matter if some artifact is real or not? It still exists.
Essa mina aqui?
One of the most ridiculous fakes I ever saw. Its owner insisted it was a polar bear. He thought the white paint on the brown fur wasn't noticeable.
Aqui.
Mother said this was among the hunting trophies of a Scottish Viscount.
So he tried to persuade everyone that his forest was inhabited by these beasts. It would have been thrilling if it were actually true.
Armadura aqui no canto.
The full plate armour of Sir Robert Swanford. I was told my father won it in a wager.
Armour is armour, but look at his sword. Oh, how badly I wanted to wield the blade.
Vamos examinar aqui.
Instead of your pistol.
Diploma rasgado.
Clearly, it was deliberately torn. Wonder why someone would do that.
Vira aqui.
The
Abra.
Tulpa. Studies in Tibetan Mentalism. An impressive number of bookmarks. Someone was rather obsessed with this subject.
Beleza. Ali. Anotações pessoais de Otto Richter. Esse aqui também. Faltando uma. Ali no cantinho ali, ó. A carta. Carta do irmão de Otto. Vamos aqui agora. Capacete.
And this one was brought from a German museum. They claimed it belonged to Vikings. Nonsense, of course. Vikings never had horns on their helmets.
O sarcófago.
The so-called mummy of a Persian princess. The defrauders did good work, but missed one small detail. It's the mummy of a man.
Vamos continuar aqui olhando as coisas. Esse esqueleto aqui.
Look, it's Roger. This jolly old man's well preserved. Even looks refreshed.
I doubt he drew much interest at the auction.
That's for the best. I'd be upset if he fell into the wrong hands.
Aqui também. Carta do juiz.
Carefully opened. Dated 24th of April, 1869.
Sr. Sherlock Holmes. Pega aqui também.
So many calling cards. Mycroft liked to keep useful people at hand. Officer Luciano J. Placido. Reliable and driven. I recognize Mycroft's handwriting.
Faltando uma. Aqui embaixo.
This drawer was always closed. Only Mycroft knew how to open it.
I remember we tried to break it open and spy on him, but alas, had no success. Maybe today's the day. Huh, Sherry?
O escudo.
Oh, I remember these. We used them to spar together until Mycroft found out and forbade us from using real weapons.
Aqui.
This photo caused a lot of fuss. My mother spent some time to prove it was a fake. 1852, Bingley, West Yorkshire.
Vai girando aqui.
Another fake Holy Grail. Its owner claimed to be the heir of King Arthur. Scarcely believable. He also insisted a deadly rabbit was hunting him. Watkinson and Holman, Chapter 1, by Wallace D. Oram.
Oh, Mycroft. He always acts so serious, but then reads tripe like this.
John, if I remember correctly, you couldn't put this book down.
Nossa, isso aqui é uma referência ao The Sighting City, para quem jogou e viu o nosso guia aí no canal. Tá aí, pessoal, ó. Baita de uma referência. Tá passando coisa aqui ainda, pera aí. Acho que depois. Eu acho que é isso aqui. Vou interagir com o cobertor.
I remember this cozy blanket. It was perfect for...
Wigwam! Oh, that was a joy to build them. Imagining ourselves as wayfarers on the other side of the world.
Vamos agora no livro de casos. O mestre do destranque. Aperta quadrado. Fixamos. Deixa eu só confirmar se nós pegamos tudo que tinha que pegar aqui. Mas eu acho que sim. Vamos ali.
Ah, the memory comes back. We snuck about watching him.
He closed the drawer and went to the hall. We were like two shadows crawling behind him.
Bora seguir. Continua.
He opened the door to the postman, and they exchanged documents. If it was a real postman, of course.
Aqui.
The painting on the wall was slightly a tilt. He stopped and straightened it. Then he threw some logs into the fire and sat in his armchair to read.
It's as boring now as it was then. I'm sorry, Sherry, but I think that's it.
Wait, John, we never use the fireplace in the mornings. What if...
Bora aqui. Pega a chave.
I think this is what we're looking for. A bit of juniper in the fireplace created a soothing atmosphere. It's the little things, isn't it?
Tudo certo. Vamos lá abrir a gaveta.
We made it. So what's there?
Single malt whiskey, Mycroft's favourite. Gifted by Queen Victoria herself.
presente da rainha. Pegamos.
Otto Richter. This one is rather thick. Mycroft can be truly dogged in his research.
A pesquisa de Mycroft.
Dossiers on the most influential people on Cordona. Mycroft always had a habit of building files on everyone he met.
Vamos aqui botar Astete no gabinete de curiosidades. Aperta quadrado.
I used this ladder to look at the top shelf, right? On the day of Mother's breakdown upstairs.
Right you are, Sherry.
Aqui também.
We heard a noise. I can't recall of exactly what. And we didn't have a great view from behind the statue.
Aqui também.
Books and papers from the table somehow ended up on the floor. Now it's coming to the surface. I feel it.
Agora aqui. Deixa assim por enquanto. Beleza. Não, troca. Não quero dar isso. Esse aqui tá errado. Vamos validar pra ver.
Come on, Sherry. Let's go outside. Wait. Did you hear that? Come here, Sherry.
You call this progress? Charlatan, amateur. I'm not letting you anywhere near my mother again.
So there was a quarrel between them.
A curiosa conversa.
I heard a noise in the hall. Let's check it out. Sherry, look!
Convite de Vogel. Cara, Sr. Holmes, eu aguardo na mansão de Kurt. Mansos no Turquoise, em frente à Cordona Abbey, ao norte de Grand Surrey. Venha imediatamente. Se for inconveniente, venha mesmo assim. Seu eterno amigo Vivi. Estou lhe enviando a roupa apropriada para esse lugar a fim de evitar complicações necessárias. Espero que sirva.
Invitation that comes with a mask.
Novo caso, Cordeiro de Sacrifício. Já vamos iniciá-lo. Vamos tentar fazer uma viagem rápida. Grande Surrey. Acho que mais ou menos aqui mesmo. Bota ali, um ponto de marcação. Beleza. Uma viagem rápida por perto. Nossa, temos nenhuma, hein? Vamos começar aqui de baixo, então. E daqui a gente anda até lá.
That was the thought. That was the thought.
Mansão Machos. A primeira coisa que nós temos que fazer aqui é trocar de roupa. Vamos botar o Príncipe das Trevas. Além disso, nós temos que mudar também o rosto. A máscara. Beleza, estamos prontos para iniciar a última missão principal do jogo. Vamos lá. Mas enquanto isso a gente vai encerrar essa parte por aqui. Já deixa o seu like, se inscreva aí e até a nossa próxima parte. Tchau!